Hey, I hope everybody's doing okay. I really like that most of you are participating in the Google Classroom and doing the classwork assignments. They're really not hard. I just watch the videos and do the ticket out. Last 2 weeks ago, there was a video about Big Juicy, about drug prevention and answering some questions on that. But so continue to do that, please, if you could. That would be great. I know some days you feel overwhelmed, and that's okay. So try to get it in by, I put it on Fridays. Try to get it in by the following Thursday, okay? No rush. So last week, I talked a little bit about the different ways drugs enter the body and which one is the fastest and how drugs do affect the body. If there was any questions or confusion on that, and there wasn't too many questions. Absorption again is where it could be absorbed through the skin. And that's how it can get into the bloodstream. It's a very, very slow way of how drugs enter the bloodstream. Okay. So today we're going to move on and talk about marijuana and a drug called inhalants. I know that's a method of use, inhalation. So listen to the difference when we're talking about the drug compared to the method of use, inhalation. Okay, so follow along. Open up your packet if you have it. If you don't have it, that's okay. Get out a piece of paper. Open up the packet where it says marijuana. And then we're going to just do inhalants, okay? So we're just doing those two. All right, so follow along. And all you have to do after is the exit ticket. And one of the questions will be if you have any questions on what we talked about. Okay. All right. Okay, so today we're just going to learn about marijuana and inhalants. All right, so marijuana, one of the most commonly used drugs amongst teens, and young kids are, using it as young as, sixth grade. And it is one of those drugs where, because certain states have allowed it to become legal, and we're going to talk about that, okay, as well, because marijuana is not legal in New York for recreational purposes. Now, when I say recreational purposes, that means someone just can't use it for fun. It's only used for if a person has a prescription, okay, for medicinal purposes, if they need it. But marijuana is still, labeled by the DEA, which is the Drug Enforcement Agency, as illegal in the United States. So also, if a person has a medicinal marijuana license, or to use it, they have to be 21. Even in other states, if it is for recreational purposes as well, they have to be over 21. Okay, so marijuana has a couple slang names or street names, has a bunch, but we're not going to talk about all of them because I could be here for days. Some of the most common: pot, weed, may hear it as ganja. And it looks like this picture, greenish, and there's some examples: hashish, marijuana. Hashish, you could also slang is dabbing. It's just a stronger version of marijuana. Okay, so in the packet, you're just going to be putting the signs and symptoms. So this is going to be on the next one, okay? And marijuana is actually usually smoked to get the effect of the THC, okay? THC, so write that somewhere. Actually, I put that on the slideshow if you go through this again. So THC, big THC, delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. That is the active ingredient in marijuana that causes a person to feel that high, if you will, or the effects of it. Okay, so just get 2 of these signs and symptoms down, or you can write them down, all of them if you want. It can increase the heart rate, so a person does feel like when they're using marijuana after about 15, 20 minutes that they may get anxiety or feel like their heart is beating fast. It decreases energy level, so a lot of times people have a lack of motivation when it comes to doing anything, schoolwork, especially if they're using it before school, after school. Interferes with memory, and this is where we're seeing as long-term problems with that because the part of the brain with memory, and actually I'll show you this after when I'm done with the slideshow, but the part of the brain that has to do with memory is the middle temporal lobe, and that is responsible for memory. So basically, this is a reason for poor memory, lack of motivation, that chronic users often report. Chronic means like on a regular basis. Interferes with concentration. Sure, it's hard to concentrate if somebody's using this foreign substance that shouldn't be in their body. Causes hallucinations and panic attacks, and can cause long-term brain damage. So problems, especially when it comes to if somebody has an underlying mental health issue, there's been some direct link of bringing that out, some type of mental health issues. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, inhalants. So in your packet, inhalants. Okay, you're going to write that number 8, inhalants. Just write the word. Now, it's not the method of use, inhalation. So the method of use, inhalation, is through the nose, snorting it through the nose, or smoking it. But inhalants are substances that can be used that way, okay? So most inhalants are found in household products like adhesives, lighter fluids, cleaning solvents, paint thinner, spray paints, dust off, which is computer cleaner. So these are substances whose fumes or vapors are inhaled or breathed in, okay? So some examples of that. And here's some examples on the bottom, and you have some in your packet: glue, hairspray, cleaners. In the picture, you can see the lighter fluid. Okay, so there's a lot of times inhalants are hard to detect that someone's using, especially parents, because they're easy to get. They're something that where if a kid has it, the parent isn't really thinking that they're abusing this type of substance, and they can get it right from their home, in their garage, under their cabinet, in the bathroom, or in the kitchen, or wherever cleaning supplies are located. But these are so dangerous and deadly. They can cause, when a person inhales them, So what they'll do is, it's called huffing or bagging. They fill up a bag and they put it over the nose and the mouth, and they breathe that in. And it can cause a person's brain to freeze, and a person can suffocate and die. So it can cause very serious complications if it's not permanent. So it can cause hallucinations where somebody feels like they are seeing things or hearing things. It can be very stressful. It can cause damage to brain cells, permanent damage to brain cells or other organs as well. And it can cause a person to go into a coma. And it definitely can cause death. Very scary. Okay, and then this video, the Natural High 3 video, you just watch that 5 minutes, and then the Take It Out, I'll have some questions about that. That's a really, really great video. Okay, all right, so I just want to talk a little bit more about marijuana in the brain. So I think you can see that. The top is normal brain. The bottom, where a person's using marijuana, okay? And basically, this is a 16-year-old boy who's used marijuana every day for 2 years. And you can see the difference of the blackened areas that are opened more. And this is where it can cause the brain development issues, because the brain is not fully developed till the age of 25. So a healthy brain scan is on the top, and a non-marijuana user. Okay, and it's taken from a imaging machine where they could see inside of a person and look at the brain. So there are some serious consequences that can happen when someone is using marijuana. So marijuana, it still is illegal in New York for recreational purposes. And hopefully when we get back into the classroom, we can talk about that, or if you have questions on the ticket out, ask some of the questions, because I think there's a lot of opinion when it comes to marijuana. Is it safe? Is it not safe? I know so and so does it, or and that's, you have to understand that your brains are still growing till 25. So any kind of foreign substance or chemicals that you're putting in your brain is going to react on that. So this is how a person, continues to use that, or it's called self-medicating, or they feel like it's going to make them feel better, especially during these stressful times right now. Sometimes people, don't know how to really feel what they're feeling, or don't know why they're feeling a certain way. So they try to mask it by using drugs. And that's not healthy at all. That's actually very, very dangerous, because this is how addiction starts. Okay. I just want to talk about one more thing. So now with the new grading system, and if you look on School Tool, you'll see the different attributes. C, if you completed the exit ticket; I, incomplete; or M, missing. Okay, and again, I'll wait until, if I put the assignment on Friday, I'll wait until the following Thursday to make sure, see who has it in. Try to do it when you can. I know there's days you just don't feel like doing anything. I completely understand. Just try to get it in the following week. Okay. Also, I try to give you, some self-care information, and the letter writing from last week, when I uploaded a video to write a letter to somebody that's important, and someone said, well, how are we going to get their address? That was another concerning question. So what you could do is you could text them, you could call them, and you can try to get it that way. Okay. Or ask your parent, and maybe they can get it somehow for you, or ask a friend of a friend. That is a good way. Or maybe wait till we get back to school and you can give it to them. I know that's good to give it to them now. That would be better. But so keep writing those letters, keep breathing, using your breathing exercises, or drawing, or doing something that helps you relax during this time and be a little bit less stressed. Okay, so hopefully I'll see you soon, but hopefully you're doing okay. Hang in there. Bye.